This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now then, long-term viewers of this channel will know that for many a year, my go-to source of guitar tones was my old trusty Vox Tone Lab ST pedal. Great sounding pedal, and it actually felt really authentic. You know, that kind of touch-sensitive, tactile feel you get from plugging into a good valve amp. It actually felt like you were playing through a valve circuit. Due in no small part, I suspect, to the fact that if you look closely under that sort of grill that you can see there in the top corner of it, there is an actual valve, lending that kind of valvey, tubey kind of feel to things. I absolutely love that pedal, and you know, the only reason I got rid of it was because it was starting to get a little bit glitchy and a little bit, you know, unreliable. And as they weren't available new anymore, I thought I'd better, you know, join the 21st century, so to speak, and start looking at some amp sims and software solutions, because that's what everybody else seemed to be using. So I did, and you know, I tried various ones, tried Amplitube for a second time and didn't really get on with that, but we'll say no more about that. I have a lot of time for Positive Grid Bias Amp 2, but I also kind of got into Native Instruments Guitar Rig. I had Guitar Rig 5, and it was good, but gradually Bias Amp 2 sort of overtook it in my preferences, and I don't tend to use Guitar Rig 5 that much these days. Occasionally I'll use it, but not for many things. But as you know, there's been a newer version of Guitar Rig 6, that's been available for a little while now, and as you can see over there, I've got myself a new PC that I do most of my recording on, and I thought, well, yeah, new PC, let's try the newer version of Guitar Rig. So I, and as you can see at the moment, it's on sale. It's 89 quid, about 90 quid, so it's essentially half price. So I shelled out the required amount of beer vouchers to download a copy, and I've been giving it a go, and this is how I got on. Okay then, let's launch Guitar Rig. I have had a little bit of a play with it when I first installed it, but we're talking like literally a few minutes. I didn't really get to play with it very much. So this is going to be a journey of discovery for everyone here. If you're not used to the typical kind of layout we've got here, then what we've got here are a bunch of presets, and you can see there are 662 of them in total. So there's no way we're going to get anywhere close to even scratching the surface of them. Those presets are all built from various components. And if we go into here, we can see that there are, let's first of all, amplifiers, AC box, AC30, orange, plexi, Marshall JMP, Soldano, high watt, twin reverb, etc., etc. It's pretty clear from most of those titles what sort of amplifiers you're dealing with, or what sort of models you're dealing with. Over here, as I say, this is what goes on in the preset. This is your signal chain, starting with the tape deck pre. The tape deck pre is essentially where you can load a jam track or MP3 or something and have a play along with it. Then you've got a metronome, and this particular preset here, 12-bit blues, starts off with what looks like a tube compressor. Then there's your amp there, and then we've got this. I'm not entirely sure what this is. Then you set your preset volume here, and tape deck post is the one we're going to be actually using today, because that allows you to record what you're basically doing on the guitar. So if we just hit that there and press that, then that is going to be recording all of the bits and pieces I'm going to be demonstrating. So Yeah, one thing that you can do to find a way into, you know, types of sounds is to go into this section over here and choose a genre. Now, one particular preset I used to have a lot of time for in the old Guitar Rig 5 was this Country Twang Clean. So I'm going to select that, see what that brings up. So we've got a Twang reverb amp, tube compressor. This control room thing here is basically, well, it's the simulation of, you know, a speaker cab, essentially. Speaker simulator or impulse response, that kind of thing. And you can see what we've got here is a vintage 4x12 loaded, and all of these different faders here are the different microphones which are being used to capture the sound of that virtual cabinet. Virtual microphones capturing the virtual sound of a virtual cabinet. Treble booster, twin delay. I'm playing at the moment the Sire Larry Carlton S7 on the bridge pickup, so let's see what kind of noises we get out of this. Yeah, I mean, that is as I remember it all. Maybe it's actually a little bit better than I remember it from Guitar Rig 5. It's that's actually, yeah, it's got a little bit more of a realistic flavour to it. Let's try the Country Twang Driven, which is the next preset down, which is just that little bit more driven, I guess. Let's see what changes that's made to the signal chain. None, so far as I can see. It's obviously just driving the amp a bit harder. Yeah, I would probably dial that delay back a little bit, so, you know, just go to the delay and bring that down. Bit more, I think we'll turn that up and we'll bring the time down on both sides. It's a stereo delay. A bit more of the mix. And you can see, you can just noodle around and mess around with this until you get something that's more like it. Yeah, I'm actually going to save that. So to save that preset as one of your own, you can just call it something like, I'm just going to call this Country Drive. There we go. Country Sra, yeah. Sorry. Anybody who has online lessons with me will know my propensity for typos, and there's some proof of it there. So I'm just going to save that as that, and that's, you know, if I go into my little profile picture there, there's that preset there. I can go to it anytime I want. You know how presets work. As I say, we don't really have a lot of time to go through everything that we're looking at here, so I'm just going to clear that that country genre thing there. Let's go into rock and see what we've got in here that may be worthy of investigation. So I'm looking for something a bit martially. Let's see if there's a plexi in here somewhere. I know there will be. It's just a case of finding it. One thing that you can do, if like me, you kind of not had enough coffee to spot what you're looking for, is just go into here and search Plex. And there we go. The basic Plex, we'll have a look at that. So there we've got the Plexi amplifier, very Marshall kind of tone. You got the matched cabinet and a bit of EQ. Let's see what's happening with this. Do you know what I'm noticing? Compared to Guitar Rig 5, which sounded great, and I used to use the sounds a fair bit, There was always a thing in Guitar Rig 5, it felt like you were plugging into like a really good amp modeler pedal or something like that. You know, it felt like you were using a really good simulation. This, probably the sounds aren't that much different to Guitar Rig 5, but it's got a more realistic feel to it, you know, that sort of touch sensitivity that I keep banging on about whenever I'm talking about, you know, playing through a valve amplifier. That was one of the missing elements from Guitar Rig 5, but it's kind of here with this. I'm liking that plexi tone a little bit. Let's add some effects to that. Bit of delay to begin with, and yeah, so let's see. Let's go into components and delay and echo. So I'm quite liking that twin delay there, so we're going to just add that here. I think last in the signal chain. There it is. Oh, it's already in there. How did that get there? I must have missed that. So if you need to get rid of something, just click on this little panel here and delete, and boom, it's gone. So one thing I like to do with the delay is turn the feedback all the way to 0, and I'm going to turn the delay time on the left hand channel down to pretty much nothing, and then I like about say about a 30 millisecond delay there. I'm going to turn the level of the left hand delay, so I'm basically putting delay on the right hand side of the track only, just that sort of 30 millisecond. Very, very subtle. Let's mute that so we can hear what it sounds like without it. And then bring it back in. It just thickens it a little bit. Let's give it a little bit more in the mix, actually. Yeah, that's giving it almost like a sort of a double-tracked sort of feel. And to that, we're going to add a little bit of reverb. Let's go with, let's just go with vintage verb and put that into there. There we go. And what sort of sound is? Well, straight out the traps, I'm just going to go with that. I'm not going to mess with that at all. I'm going to save that as, I'm just going to call this crunch. And now I've got that. Maybe I want to add a higher gain version of that sound. So I'm going to go into the distortion tools and chuck a tube screamer. Why not? In front of it. What is that doing to it? Yeah, that's a proper 70s lead guitar tone, isn't it? I think I'm going to just save that one as lead. There we go. And so you can see that, you know, once you kind of get your head into it, it's a very, very, I think, accessible and easy way to put some tones together. And as I say, the feel of these tones, they are very, very... They feel like you're playing it through a real amp, much more so than Guitar Rig 5 did. So yeah, I'm going to have some fun with this. Yes, indeed, some fun to be had there, certainly. What I'm going to do is, you'll probably be watching this video when it comes out on the Thursday. So for the upcoming Sunday video, I'm going to do a full track using nothing but the tones from Guitar Rig for both the guitar and the bass tones that I'll be recording. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do for that piece of music yet, but I'll try and feature you know, as many of my favourite kind of tones, cleans, crunches, overdrive bass tones and so on. We'll see what I can come up with to show it in a little bit more detail and hear what it sounds like in a mix. But that is very much the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and found it useful in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget, as always, Friday, tomorrow, in fact, every Friday to be precise, 5 PM UK time every Friday, we have a live stream where we have a beer and talk music and guitars and whatever else may crop up. It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it, but for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.